Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Hydro, and I have not done a video for some time now, and for that I apologize. I've been trying to do this review for a while, and something always happens every single time I try to do it, so I'm just going to record this as many times as I possibly can until everything comes out perfect. So, or at least as perfect as I want it to be. So without further ado, this is what I've been trying to review for the last couple of weeks. This is Eon Smoke. They actually contacted me a couple weeks ago and asked if it would be okay if they sent me some free products to review, and I jumped at the opportunity, and here we are. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to review the kit they sent me, and I'm going to review the battery and talk about the company for a little bit, my two favorite flavors that they sent me, and then in a separate video I will review the rest of the flavors they sent me. All in all, what they sent me was this kit. They sent me a second battery, and they sent me a total of six. Well, they sent me six flavors of cartomizers, plus this. That's a total of 7. On their website, they have about 15 flavors, so a lot to choose from. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. This is their economy pack, or their economy kit. It comes with 1 battery, 2 cartomizers, and a USB charger. This is going to run you $24.99, and it comes with 2 different flavors that you can choose from. This one happens to be menthol. You can also get their tobacco flavor. They're based in New York, and they have their stores all over New York that actually carry their products. A lot of smoke shops and vape shops that carry their stuff. So chances are, if you're in New York, there's a place really close to you where you can actually pick this up. And actually, if you're in New York, you might already know about them. This is a new company to me. I hadn't heard of them before, and that was another reason why I really wanted to do a review, because I love trying out new products, and like I always say, I'm looking for that perfect vape, and just trying to get the best experiences that I possibly can, just like you guys are. So we're going to go ahead and pop this open and kind of check it out. So I'll show you the battery, and it's you'll notice right away that it is tiny. It is a tiny battery, and it is very lightweight. So this is one of those things where you're not going to expect it to be really powerful and have a really long battery life. This is one of those things where if you're a heavy vapor, you're going to want 2 batteries fully charged before you even leave the house. For me, being a moderate vapor, I can use this all day before I need to charge it. So for me, it's just fine, because I'm not vaping all day. If I'm at work, it's just on my breaks, and then to and from work for the most part, and then a little bit when I get home as well. So for other people, you're going to want 2 batteries and to have them fully charged before you leave, and then when you come home, you can charge them later on as well. As far as the power that it kicks out, it does a well enough job of heating the atomizers enough so you're getting vapor and you're getting some flavor. So nothing really amazing there. It's, to me, your standard battery. So they're not doing anything drastically different than anybody else. You're not getting 2-3 days on this battery, and it's not kicking out like 4 volts or anything where you're getting just tons of vapor, as we're going to get into. Also, it has a 5-second cutoff, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I'm not a fan of the 5-second cutoff. I prefer a 7-second cutoff, but it does an okay job, and that's really going to be standard across the board. The 5-second cutoff is really just, you're going to find that in just about everything that you get, unfortunately. So if you're like me and you're not really okay with the 5-second cutoff, you can always do the maybe 3 to 4 second inhale, stop for a second, and then keep going. But I do find that the cartomizers that they sent me do a really good job of giving you that throat hit and that satisfaction right around the 4-second mark, 4.5-second mark. So right at the cutoff, I do feel somewhat satisfied, just not fully satisfied like I would if there was like a 7-second cutoff. So anyway, enough about that. Let's get into the first flavor that we're going to try, and that's going to be this one right here, the apple flavor. This one to me really comes across as a green apple Jolly Rancher, which I'm a huge fan of. So right away, I loved it. It's not going to give you that feeling or that flavor of biting into like a big juicy apple or anything like that, like a fresh apple. It's definitely more of like I said, like a green apple candy type thing, which for me is totally fine because I love it. So, but let's check out the vapor. I'm going to prime it real quick, and then we'll take a couple more hits. Alright, so really, really good throat hit. These are 18 milligrams that I'm vaping, so which is right in there where I usually vape 18 to 24. So, you're getting that little bit of harshness, you're definitely getting a throat hit, and I'm getting really, really good flavor on it. What I'm not getting, unfortunately, is a lot of vapor. And really, I mean, it's just really not very much vapor whatsoever, to be honest. Some of these cartomizers do produce more vapor than others, as I've been finding, but overall, the vapor production is a little disappointing, especially if you're like me and you love vapor. I think ideally what we're all looking for is tons of flavor and tons of vapor, which is really hard to find that combination in a cartomizer. But overall, just the flavor is just fantastic. So let's go on to the next flavor, which is going to be the grape mint flavor, which I wouldn't have thought would be a good combination, but it turns out it's actually a really good combination. Incidentally, I do like their packaging. I like the graphics on it, and actually I'll show you really quick too how everything's packaged, and we're going to talk about the way their cartomizer is designed as well. So it's individually packaged in plastic with rubber tips on either end, which I think is, again, pretty standard, but just a nice way to package it, definitely. I feel like it's, when you get it and you pull it out, you feel like it's going to be fresh, and it is. This is what the cartomizer on the Grape Mint looks like. I think it's really cool. I really like the design of it, and I think that it's something unique. Other people won't care about it, but personally I think it's something that sets them apart from everyone else, and I would love to see them continue doing this. It's just a really cool, kind of funky design, and I think it really adds something to it, honestly. But that's my opinion. But yeah, I would love to see them actually continue doing this. So, but let's check out the vapor production on this one, and flavor. So much, much better vapor production on that one. But here's how it tastes. So the throat hit that you're getting, I think a lot of it really comes from the mint. So you get that kind of cool mint throat hit, and then you kind of taste the mint on the exhale as well. And then in the middle there you have the grape. The grape is a really good flavor. It's a little diminished though compared to the mint, especially over the time of the cartomizer. You kind of taste the grape less and less and less. What I would love to see, since I'm a big fan of this flavor, and I will absolutely keep buying this flavor and the green apple in particular, among a couple of other ones, I'd like to see them punch up the grape a little bit more and tone down the mint a little bit more. I feel like they could definitely tone down the mint, and you'd still get that grape, that really good mint flavor and that cool throat hit, but you could taste the grape a little bit more, which I think is really important for this one because the grape flavor is so good. And I mean, how often do you find a really good grape flavor? Not very often. So, all in all, I think it's a really good vape. Maybe I wouldn't use it as my main vape, like my all-day vape, but it would definitely be something that I would look forward to at some point. It might be something that I would wait till I get home to use, but overall, it's a great flavor. Now, one thing I also found with these cartomizers is that they're extremely noisy. Probably the noisiest ones that I've ever had, and it's that obviously has something to do with the airflow. They flow really well. I mean, you're getting a really good draw. The draw isn't really stiff, and it's not too airy, although it seems like it would be with all that noise because you can really hear the air going through there. But it's just really noisy. So, I thought I'd mention that. It doesn't really bother me too much, but for some people it might. A lot of people, they want that sort of ninja cartomizer experience, but it's you're not gonna get that here. These ones are quite noisy. But let's talk about the actual cartomizer. So pack of 5 is gonna run you $14.99. For a lot of people, that's gonna be maybe even too expensive. I think it's kind of right in there. It's not the most expensive, but it's also not the cheapest. One thing to keep in mind too is that because they're a newer company, they probably have a lot more cost than, say, like V2, Eversmoke, Halo, things like that, where they've been around for a long time. They have so many products. They have a really established customer base, so they can actually afford to lower the stuff as the costs come down. So we may see something like that happening here. Maybe after they've been around for another year, things will be a little bit cheaper to make, and things will be a little bit more efficient, and we might see the prices come down. Because right now what you're paying for is $3 per cartomizer if you're looking at it that way. And you have to kind of ask yourself, if you were just to walk into a vape shop, would you throw down $3 on one cartomizer? Maybe, maybe not. It really depends. I may not buy all their flavors, but there are a bunch that I want to try that I will be purchasing, and I will be purchasing a few of these on a pretty regular basis. So in my opinion, there are some that are totally worth it. And I think that they have enough flavors where, you will find something that you will like for sure. Now, the reason to buy these, in my opinion, obviously isn't because of the vapor production, because the vapor production it's adequate, but it's not great. But the flavors are great. That's your reason to buy this. So let's get into who is this for. This economy kit and the cartomizers, all this is for somebody who loves flavor. This is for somebody who is looking for a really good just flavor vape, if you will. Somebody who's getting off of cigarettes, who wants something that looks and sort of somewhat feels like a cigarette, something a little bit familiar, but with great flavors. That's who this is for. Not the person who cares more about vapor than flavor. So if you're looking for just tons of vapor, you're not going to find it here. If you're looking for great flavor, you absolutely will. So that's sort of who this is for. Some of the stuff might be a little pricey to some people, but honestly, it is quality, and for me, I get adequate battery life out of these. But like I said, I'm not a heavy vapor. Heavy vapors may need to charge this a couple of times a day, but for me, it lasts me all day, no problem. So for me, this is something I would highly recommend for people who are just sort of moderate vapors. You're getting quality products with outstanding flavors, so you can't really go wrong. And anybody getting off cigarettes who doesn't really know anything about tons of vapor or anything like that and not really looking for that, this is going to work just fine for you. The smoke you get from cigarette smoke, really, there's not a ton of smoke there either, so I think you'll be able to, it'll fit right into what you're used to. People who've been vaping for a while probably aren't looking for something like this anyway. They're looking for a mod or something like that, or like a big tank. Something of that nature. So this is perfect for the, for someone starting to vape, or just somebody looking for great flavor. For me, I love having something like this where I can just throw it in my pocket and go. I went to Disneyland a couple of weeks ago, or about a week ago, and I brought one of these with me. It was perfect. Just whenever I needed my fix, I would just pull one of these out, puff on it a few times, and then I was good to go. And it's nice and lightweight. It doesn't take up a lot of room. Whereas if I were to try to bring like a mod or something like that, I'd be having this big thing that I'd have to throw in a backpack or something. So for me, it's convenient, ease of use. It's a nice, easy, two-part system, no problem. If you want, they also have other accessories too. They also have a PCC on there, which is a personal charging case. So you could always buy one of those and just throw your battery in there and charge it. That's another thing that's pretty standard nowadays, but really, really nice to have. So definitely check that out. I'm going to put a link to the website in the description, so you guys can go check it out and see if this is something for you. Their cartomizers do work on other products too. So if you have like a V2, then you could always pick up a 5-pack of cartomizers, throw it on there, and use it on there as well. If you just want to try out some of the flavors and don't want to actually go with a kit. But all in all, this is a good product, and I'm excited to be able to review it. So thank you, Eon Smoke, for allowing me to do this. And I want to see this company really grow and kind of get bigger and really develop their flavors even further, and maybe get some better vapor going. So I mean, if the vapor production was a lot better than it is right now, these would probably be my main vape at this point. But because I don't have the best of both, I will definitely use them, but I may not use them like all day, because at some point you do kind of need that vapor satisfaction to go along with the flavor. So, but all in all, really good products, and I am excited to buy more of their flavors and try them out, and to really, I mean, honestly, keep vaping something like this. Like, I've been vaping these daily, so I just can't get enough of this great mint flavor. It's just so good. So tasty. So tasty, but very noisy. So anyway, guys, check out Eon Smoke. See if it's something that you would be into. And, you know, if you've already tried them, let me know what you thought. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.